10 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Luna. Radiant team pick.
Slaughter. Life stealer.
Dire team pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Whreck.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Oracle.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Razor.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Okamajoi!
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick.
Meatball!
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 10.
Takiro.
Prepare for battle.
Real quick, I didn't want to do that during the draft, but now that we can do it in game, I don't feel bad because it's not as much of a cheat where if I just hit the settings and keep the game on the screen. It's a nice little feature right there as we do try to get in here. So hopefully these players are able to connect to the match. Happened to be watching WESG yesterday, and not everybody here probably knows, but there was a Filipino stream that was receiving a lot of viewers on Twitch for Mineski TV, and they seem to be having a pretty good time. I don't know if I can give you the same good time, but I can certainly try. Did a little bit of singing and they had a lot of mambo out. I don't know if I can have the same amount of energy as them, but we can certainly have a lot of fun here. So Theo putting out the observer in the bottom lane, and you know, when they did go into their English analysis, I think was just about as boring as me. So we do have that. I guess English is just a boring language, to be honest. Like, if I could cast in Spanish, I probably would. Because it's a lot more interesting. I go and watch a Spanish stream, and it's so much more fun. Like, I'll go and listen to an English caster, be like, man, that's boring. I'll go and watch the Spanish caster, and it's lit. It's, like, so lit in there. I have a much better time, even though I have no idea what's going on, but I don't really think that people should watch for the casting anyway. They don't need people to tell them what's going on, stuff that they can see with their own eyes. Because that's my job, right? So both teams should just be very conservative as they go for the bounty runes here. Razor, he will get the one at top. Wuposa on the Jakiro. He's ready in the top lane, so this may be the off-lane Jakiro for Midas Club. They're going to be running a Slardar in the support role, at least for now. Slardar is going over to top, so maybe it's going to be a dual lane. Notice that they both have the wind laces at top. But Wuposa's gone for a little bit more damage, so we'll see how they... manage that lane and see who's going to get more creeps taken there. If it takes a lot of damage, or yeah, damage taken away by Zeus there. And over at top, Layla's been forced away. That's going to be the liquid fire coming out. It's just a very simple dual lane setup for each team. FNA knocked out by Wheel in the bottom lane. And with these dual lanes, we'll see if there's a whole lot of aggression that's going to go on. I'm sure the Abaddon is definitely going to have something to say about FNA trying to farm. A5 shield put out onto the creep, and FNA will still be able to get it, even though he takes a lot of the damage there. Radiant creep wave over towards the hard camp. Oh, Bardo trailing the purple Satyr blast, so that the Luna takes a little bit of damage there. FNA trying to get some work done at bottom. He hasn't... Right now, Wheel are taking the advantage in CS, and actually, Bardo's going to get caught out at top. The Ice Path not helping Slardar out at all. Close to just wanting to farm, but was not close enough to help his friend there. Sorry, getting too far in. He did go for sprint level 1, and that's possibly what gave Wheel the extra damage, or yeah, Wheel the extra damage that they needed. At bottom, Derp thrown away. FNA is doing a lot of damage there as Bardo goes in. He doesn't even have a crush, but he does have a lot of damage. The creeps will take the last hit. I do get some kind of revenge. Sue's taking a lot of damage away from Meep on the mid lane, and we do not have another Earthbind there. They are both on cooldown. Sue's taking a lot of damage from that, and he's gonna have to be careful. Should be going to pop the shrine right now. (2017) forcing FNA away from the lane. Derp just wants to try to disrupt this, and he'll take the creep wave away. I'll get it over there. Ghost is getting a little bit deep at top. He doesn't have a support here to back him up anymore, but neither does the Luna. Luna getting the healing salve on her to get back up there. Suze will take some more damage away from Ifrit. Luckily, he does have the second Meepo there sometime. It's healing up in the base right now, so it will have a normal amount of damage. 2017 going ham onto Theo. Bardo is ready with the crush, but 2017 is just a little bit too tanky right now, and he can always have an extra 8-box shield. At top, the Jakiro has evacuated the lane for now. He's gone over to mid. Maybe the Meepo in a little bit of trouble. Ifrit being forced away here. Laposa hasn't put out the damage though. He will put out the liquid fire, and they won't go any further. Not even throwing out the stun as the Meepo gets away. Bardo will come around the side, and there isn't a whole lot of vision of him on the dire side. Bardo comes in. Okay, there's gonna be the lift in the back. There's the crush. Can they get... No, he's gonna have an 85 shield. It's just not really enough from Midas, as 2017 is a bit too tanky with the PMS. Derp will get the couple of runes for himself. As 2017 could get the regeneration rune. So he'll get back up to full mana and health. Nearly up to level 4. Hasn't gone for any levels into Mist Coil. We have seen a couple of Abaddons go for that early to get the deny plays off. A little bit stronger now, as it does some damage to yourself. He's let the Razor have a pretty good time in mid, and he really can't step up with the Meepos at all, but there is one Meepo sent down towards bottom, so if Midas Club ever get into a bad position, that Meepo could definitely come in with a lot of damage. If it's still hanging out at mid getting some levels, that Meepo could just go into the jungle. Oh, Plasma Field hits Meepo a little bit there. And he'll just go over towards the camp and possibly pop a shrine. Now at top, there's going to be a nice crush from the Oracle keeping there. Ice Path is going to keep Layla in this one. Laposa heals up as a result of the Purifying Flames. As Luna tries to chase down Laposa. Laposa really cannot go in here. Oh, he puts out the Ice Path, and he's not going to heal up too much out of that one. Fate's Edict keeping the Luna alive. Slardar, Lucent Beam, they'll turn it around. They'll be able to find the kill there. Midas Club could not really find the damage that they needed in order to get any kill. And we'll lose their Slardar once again. Theo trying to get 2017 out of his jungle. He's walking very fast thanks to the Curse of Avernus and the boots, and he'll even pick up the bounty rune. Spike shield thrown out. He's going to get lifted. They're trying to break that. The crush goes back out on the 2017, but he's got another 8-5 shield in 1 second, and he should be able to get that onto himself. Bardo wants to go forward. He's got a crush. Refined off the mark. So Bardo will just get to his own side of the map, and still, Midas Club can't really find a kill. They do have a nice combo with Rudpik and Slardar, but it's not really doing all that great for now. Abaddon gets stunned at bottom. He's going to get lifted. The crush is available. They get the crush out there as the next A5 shield breaks. He's not level 6 just yet. 2017 trying to stay alive. That's the missed coil deny. Getting very low. But they could not quite take him actually down there as he denies himself. And that's the play with Abaddon. Just be really annoying to try to kill, and then, well, it's okay. You still have a missed coil in order to deny himself. Really, really frustrating when that happens.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So not being able to accomplish too much in the bottom lane, Bardo and Theo go to top. Liquid fires onto Derp, but he's gonna be completely okay for this. Shakira is just at level 6 right now. Shrine gets popped by Rubik and Swardar. And Lamipo is ready next to his shrine as well. Layla possibly could throw out some damage onto Zeus. He's kind of tanky at this point, and he does have the infused raindrops. I don't know why I can move items around. That doesn't really make sense. The support duo gets to mid. That's going to be a lift and the throw right back in the middle of the mid lane, and they're able to find another kill. Finally with that combo taking a support down. At bottom, Abaddon starts to turn on to FNA, forcing him away from the lane, but he does have the infest, so he shouldn't be too afraid right now. Taking a look at Luna's farm, she is just behind the Razor on the last hits. Trying to get to pummel the Dominator, trying to avoid all these Jakir liquid fires that are coming in, which are so frequent because he's got that up to level 4 right now. Meepo's still trying to do some work in the jungle. The Razor, he's had a pretty good lane here. And Ifrit hasn't gotten a whole lot of help either. So Razor puts out some damage. Static Link giving him quite a bit more auto attack. Starts to use that onto the tower a little bit. Gets slightly tired of it hitting him. And look at that. FNA takes so much damage from the aphotic shield and Curse of Avernus combo. He will try to heal it up with Feast. And well, we're close to getting away from top. He's going to turn around for the Ice Path, and the Eclipse doing a ton of damage, but it's mostly to the creep wave. Wheel popping that one when there's not really too much of a use to it. Trying to get as much utility out of the early Dominator as possible, but even as slow as the Jakira was, they could not find a kill there. 2017 caught out underneath the tower at bottom a little bit. FNA trying to steal some health back, but 2017 he will get the A5 shield popped in the creep wave. So still, the Razor is at the top of the net worth right now, but that is probably not going to last for long, as the Razor has a bit more of a difficult time trying to farm up. Theo going for some taunting action. He'll get slowed down quite a bit as he tries to TP away. Derp is there, all the Earthbind, but it's not going to keep him. Managing to get away even though he's got that on him. Stun comes out looking for another Earthbind. Lots of damage from Layla. They've slowed him down as well. Crushes onto a few, but Ifrit, they cannot keep the Razor alive, and Ifrit's going to be able to find 2 on the mid lane. Putting out a couple of Earthbinds. As soon as he gets that third Meepo up, it is killing time for a Wheel. And they're able to find quite a bit there. Might even decide to go for some more of a push, but Theo is already slowing things down with the Fade Bolt, making it so the creep wave really can't push in against this. FNA is doing some work at bottom. It was after that kill at the top of the net worth, which is really where he wants to be at this point in the game. If he's not going to be ahead, the Meepo just is not as effective. Not as effective at all. Nice crush keeping Luna inside the macro power, taking a lot of damage from the burn, and I think the Luna's going to need some ice pretty soon because Bardo will have another crush. She turns around, decides to accept her fate. And without a whole lot of help on the top lane, Luna could not stay alive. So Midas Club, they find a pretty nice kill for themselves, but Ifrit, he's ready to strike back on the mid lane. Ready to go for Suze and the support. The lift is always available. And could be very strong against Meepo. Ifrit continuing to find the last hits here. And that Satyr Banisher, he's been up to a few plays lately. So I think here is down quite a bit, creating extra kill opportunities for Wheel. See if he can continue on his winning ways. Ifrit still going around. They are going to be close to the shrine. Invis Rune picked up by Jakir. That's going to get him out of a lot of trouble as the smoke gets broken by him. Wheel did not have any vision of it, and they do see Bardo, but they're not going to be able to go onto him as he's already sprinting very quickly. TP in, that's into a post, they're going to go for that one. Oracle gets stuck on the ice patch. She really needs to use a false promise on herself. That's not really something that Ifrit can go into. Midas Club, they TP right over towards the shrine, and Oracle, as soon as that false promise is over, will die. Couple supports go down. That's not the worst thing that can happen for Wheel, but that's really not a fight that they wanted to give over to Midas Club. Just a little bit too much of aggression in a part of the map where Midas Club knew exactly how to take care of it, and also could react quite quickly. Sue's getting a little bit deep on mid, wants to get the last hit on the tower, is able to do so, even though 2017 was going on to it. Earthbind keeping the Razor there. He'll try to turn with the Lightning Storm, but it is not going to happen. The Electric Boogaloo is going to be ended quite quickly by Ifrit, shutting things down again.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So Rubik, he has managed to steal the Fire Blast for now, but that will probably not stop the push from Wheel. They're going to need a little bit more. Macropyre stopping the creep wave, making it a little bit more difficult for Wheel to go in on this, and they won't have another one for quite a while. So just dropping a Macropyre is going to make it so that Wheel cannot push this in any further. Also, top is pushing in for the Radiant, so they don't really have another way to go elsewhere on the map. Derp, he finds Bardo a little bit. Bardo puts out the Corrosive Haze. Derp does have a stun, but he's going to have to get in range for it. That's going to be the Earthbind keeping him there, and a bunch of Meepos are here as well. Crush could keep Sweater alive for a little bit more, and the Mistcoil finishes him off. And they're trying to do some work. Derp taking a lot of damage from this. Look at all the damage that FNA is doing here. Just going right through the Aphotic Shield, and Luna almost found the Rubik there, but he was able to get out. Now the Satyr Banisher making the Razor very slow. Ice Pass is going to be there, catching out 3, but it's not going to catch out enough, and the Earthbind will keep Jakiro there as well. Ifrit jumping onto him. They're going to be finding some more kills in the jungle. This wheel train, just way too intense for Midas to handle, and that Centaur, it was a very dangerous situation for FNA there. Had to get out of it very quickly. Midas, they will force to lick their wounds right now, as we are looking very fine, especially with their Meepo, who's up to a Blink Dagger, and he's also building up quite a few components of the Aghanim Scepter. Midas Club starting to think that they have to do something around the map. It's a little help by the Satyr Tormentor there, playing quite a bit of the creep wave with the purple Orb of Death. FNA will move in. Ifrit is not close to the lane at all. He does have a TP up in 20 seconds on his main man Meepo. FNA moves up a little bit. That could be very dangerous for him. He just wanted to get a last hit, but he was not going to be able to do so. Rubik will steal the Aphotic Shield away from Abaddon. Ifrit is still farming up quite a bit. He's got power treads. He's going to be going for his Aghanim Scepter. Could pick up the point booster right now. Curry was very close to the secret shop. Maybe Wheel can push this in a little bit more. They do have a tier 1 available for them to kill, and they can take it down fairly quickly with the Abaddon just sitting there. Their tower push should be very good, considering that they have both Curse of Avernus and Bloodlust and a lot of Meepo sitting towers. If they come up with some concerted pushes for these towers, Midas Club might just see them evaporating very quickly. Which is also getting into the fight, and like as much as Midas Club are going to be forced to deal with the Meepo, they also have to deal with the huge amount of damage that Moon is going to be able to do. The only thing that possibly could help them out is that it's a lot of farming that we are going to have to undertake in order to make sure that all of their heroes are outputting the most damage possible. So Luna needs quite a bit of farm and she can clear things quickly. Meepo needs that as well. By taking a lot of towers around the Radiant jungle, we are going to at least create that situation for themselves where they have a lot more to farm. And the Meepo should be able to do that as well. But mostly just sitting in the jungle though. Trying to make sure that he gets his Aghanim Scepter at a good timing. Meanwhile, Midas Club, they went for Roshan. And they do pick it up on FNA. Wheel not really respecting the fact that Midas Club can do that pretty quickly with the Slaughter ultimate. Slaughter's also getting close to a blink. So... well, a blink and infest combo from Midas Club, they could start to look for a few more pickoffs around the map, especially when Meepo tries to farm out by himself. He's going to go for a couple of poofs, and they're going to stay here. Ifrit, he's going to see Jakiro caught by the Ice Path. Crush is going to be there as well. Bardo finding a lot of damage. Can they actually take Meepo down? Yule Scepter keeping one in, and the Macropyre is going to be there as well. Lifted up. The perma stun is real from Midas Club, using everything that they have to kill off Ifrit there. And that's just a situation where the Meepo was a little bit aggressive. And it didn't really turn into too much good for Wheel either. Midas Club, they're going for the tower. It's going to force out a fortify, but that's not a huge deal at all. And just wait until that's over. At least Wheel did find something. They got a tower in the top lane. Both teams thinking about pushing this one a little bit more. Liposa's moved up. There's going to be a wraparound from Luna though. She could slow the Jakiro down. He's got the Yule Scepter though, as well as an Ice Path. Can he hit it out onto 2017? 2017 is not too fast as he's chasing down the Jakiro. Jakiro at 415 move speed. Abaddon's a little bit faster now when he gets the Curse of Avernus, but oh no, that Satyr Banisher eventually gets killed by FNA. Really sick of those dominated creeps moving around. And Luna finds a little bit of a better one now. She gets the Alpha Wolf. And she gets a couple of crits here for herself when it's following her around. Now it's a pretty good time to look at our net worth, which is only about 1,000 in favor of Wheel. XP is around 4,000, but that's really what a Meepo is going to do for you. He's up to level 18 right now, while Lysier is at level 12. So we're seeing a pretty big level advantage for the Meepo, and also some good farm when he has the Aghanim Scepter. Tartar's got the Lysier inside. Hasn't shown off the Blink Dagger just yet, and he's not even being scouted out. Looking for his opportunity. He's not seeing a whole lot of Wheel right now. We'll just slither over to top lane with the Guardian Sprint. Wheel starting to make a defense of this tower. Is this when the Slaughter decides to go in? He does have that haste rune, making him a little bit faster for the Blink Dagger, but the timing is not really right for Midas Club, and they'll just start to back up right now. Not finding the opportunity or the vision that they needed there in order to find a kill. But Ifrit, he's headed down towards bottom. He's got all 5 of his Meepos available now, very quick for him. Problem is he going to be able to work with them? He's got 4 Meepos at bottom. Slaughter in with the Crusher, trying to burst one of these down. Can he keep it alive? He really needs the E-Blade in order to keep his Meepos up, and he hasn't gotten it just yet. So that is where the FNA and Bardo combo is going to do its finest work. Also at top, we're in a little bit of trouble. Jakira's just aimed the creep wave out of here, making it a lot more difficult for her to push us in. FNA, there's only so much that 2017 can do against him. Finally, the supports rotate over there, but even then, he's not really too pressed as a lifestealer to survive all that much. It's very simple and easy for him to do that. And look how far he's pushing up here again. Rubik's the only one here to possibly help him out. He's so far out right now. But even then, he should be able to escape. He's got an Aegis. He's not too scared of dying right now. Abaddon shows up, but then what is he going to do against a lifestealer? He can just chase him down all he wants. Lifestealer is going to be completely fine. Now in the jungle, we've got a couple Midas heroes meeting up. They've got some pretty good vision around the map, seeing quite a bit around the shrine, quite a bit in the top lane. Right now, Midas Club, they want to focus on getting some tier 2 towers down. Not really finding the opportunities that they need though, and Luna will keep getting farmed. Same with the Meepo. He'll have a Scythe device soon, although an E-Blade might be a little bit better for him, just so that he can escape all the damage that's coming from the lifestealer. As we saw in the last one, if he gets the Meepo caught out, Midas Club are going to be focusing one down, and getting the E-Blade gives you a little bit more time. Now the smoke breaks on Bardo, and he might be forced away from this one. Doesn't feel like going onto those heroes. He'll blink away from the impending dire attack. And Luna will deny the tower. Starting to get into those tier 2 towers for Midas Club. Are completely on the offensive here, even though Luna is second in the net worth. Really wants to make sure that she gets a Manta style pretty soon. Bardos, time to farm a little bit more. It's going to be a 4-staff next for him. I'm sure most of the components are on the courier right now, so he'll have that pretty quickly. When you're able to assist for some kills, it definitely does help your gold flow. You're getting the mid. It's time for Wheel to try to push this in. Abaddon has the Vlads and the Mechanism. Apex shield stolen by Rubik. Abaddon will get lifted up and placed down, or rather thrown down behind the tower. Rod of Atos out, and Abaddon, it's slightly off the mark onto him, so it's not going to keep him there all that much, and that will mean that Wheel get away from the mid lane. They could have potentially had everyone there too. Bardo looking for something on the side, but he has been scoured out. Just have to be very careful. And Wheeler looking for that initiation. We'll get scouted out by a couple of illusions. Abaddon getting caught out a little bit. And that's the Rod of Atos again coming through. Suze is going to find something. Meanwhile, Eclipse on the backside. Luna's going to work. FNA caught out. That's going to be an Earthbind keeping him in. Luna completely healed up after the false promise. Derp getting a little bit low. Sue's trying to do as much damage as possible. He's stolen quite a bit of damage, but he's not being able to do all that much with it. Wheel. Oh, nice Apex shield keeping Layla alive. Ice passing the back end, but that's not going to help anything for Midas Club. As Ifrit starts to go a little bit at ham there. Luna gets most of the gold, but it's time for Meepo to go to work on the mid tower. Look at all the damage that he does, and so quickly Fortify gets forced out, but it's not going to stop this for all that long. Ice Path not even hitting any of the Meepos, just standing a little bit far from it. There is a borrowed time borrowed by Rubik, or rather I should say stolen. And that was a pretty good fight for a Wheel. Showing off the Luna Manta style, and also a very good false promise from Oracle to keep the hero alive. Could be a Lotus Orb soon from Derp. Could make for some interesting plays there. Rod of A2 is coming in pretty handy for the Jakiro, but it's not really been able to show off as much. Maybe at top. This is going to get stunned there. It's doing a little bit of damage from Luna. Has such a long range on the static link at bottom. Possibly, yeah, this Ogre has no chance of being able to stay alive. Necropyre doing a lot of work, and FNA pops out for the Echo Saber hit. Ogre had no way of staying alive there. It was just not even close. The TP goes into the shrine for Luna, and she has been completely scoured out. FNA trying to get around. He's gotten the double damage rune. They're not going to decide to engage here. Actually, neither team will. And I have no idea how that fight would have gone. Both spells were down for Midas Club, but Still probably could have done quite a bit of damage, especially with the Ogre Magi not throwing out Bloodlust all the time. Jakiro moving up, Ice Path thrown out. He's very lucky to hit the Luna with it, keeping her there for a little bit longer. He just has now been put back into the Roshan pit. So we're at 27 minutes. Midas Club will scout it out with Theo. He gets in there, just scouts it out a little bit while he rides his horsey. And that last Aegis take from Midas Club definitely did do quite a bit of work for them, as it made it more difficult for Wheel to do anything around the map. They are currently trying to take down Jakiro, who blinks away and TPs out, as this Roshan attempt is still going on for Midas Club. It's only 2 heroes doing it. They really don't even need Jakiro near the pit at all. He'll throw out the dual breath, but it's going to be way too late for Wheel. They throw in the Frost Ogre Mage, but even then, he's just going to walk in there, feel very sad that Roshan's already dead, and then quickly get out. Or die, rather. No getting out for Ogre Frost Mages. Midas Club, they're moving up in the mid lane. This kind of aggression is what has made them win quite a few games, and they just have to be sure not to lose the team fights at this point. If they can create a little bit of chaos with the Swatter and the Lifestealer, they definitely can make it so that we are taken a bit aback and they cannot cut Midas like they should. 2017 moving in. Bardo is ready with the Crush, but he's not going to be wanting to put it onto the Abaddon. That would be not the best initiation. Midas Club would have to use a lot, really, in order to actually take the Abaddon there, though. They take a lot of damage off of him, 147 over to Razor. He's got quite a bit of damage, actually 322 damage to be exact. That's a bit of an interesting number. So he's going forward, making Abaddon hurt a little bit. Miss Coil is going to be there. 2017 starting to get a little bit low, but Ifrit's going ham at bottom, forcing out a few TPs. And nice blink away, but he's going to get crushed now. Here comes the Lifestealer, and Ifrit cannot poof away. Even a bash coming in from Bardo, stopping him in his tracks. And again, Ifrit trying to make some plays on the map, but it's just not going to be happening at all for him. Fire a little bit off center in the mid lane. It's a bit unfortunate for Ifrit. He's been doing well with the farm, very easy to make sure that you get levels and some good net worth on Meepo, but it's gonna be all for naught if you can't keep yourself alive. Luna should have a butterfly soon, but Midas Club are already knocking on the door to the mid lane. Razor is ready to go uphill. The post is there as well. We've got Abaddon possibly caught out. Bardo is ready with the blink. This might be the opportunity that they need. He's got the borrowed time there. Zeus is on the high ground. He's going to be lifted up during most of the duration of that BKB pop by Zeus. He's taking a little bit of damage here, but he's going to be able to finish off. Dirt, buys back immediately. 2017, he will be cut off. He doesn't have buyback either. FNA going ham onto a tier 3. Wheel, they are having a lot of trouble trying to defend this. Ice Path will keep Luna out of the fight a little bit longer. It's Rage from FNA trying to take this tower down. He's getting a little bit low. Here comes the Eclipse, but it's only hitting onto mostly the creep wave. Theo, he's got the borrowed time going. He still has that spell stolen. And he's also managed to steal the Eclipse away. That could be quite a bit of damage that Wheel are not ready for. FNA moving forward. That's just going to be the Aegis pop. Can Wheel go any further onto this? They have a couple of stuns. Ifrit has an Earthbind. He's going to blink forward. He puts in the poof. Lots of damage onto FNA, and he cannot get the Rage off. Lots of mobility and damage there from Wheel, but they might also lose Ifrit. Nice false promise, keeping the Meepo alive. Zeus is going to take it down. The Meepo will never die thanks to the Shrine healing him up. Lots of healing, especially with the Fortune's End still going. Derp getting low. He's got to get away from the creep wave. Bardo, he's going to be forced out of this one as well. Lucent Beam to the high ground. Oh, blink out by Swatter. He's going to keep running, and he's also healing up thanks to the Purifying Flames. Wheel will not find anything else. So Wheel take 2. They might be happy with that, but they definitely do need to do some work in the mid lane right now, because they did lose the melee Rex. Ifrit, he's poofing up to the lead Meepo, the Leepo if you will. And they kind of do need a creep wave for this one. Fade Bolt making things a lot more difficult as they try to combat backdoor protection. And the Fortify will heal up the tower a little bit as well. Macro Pirate forcing away. One Meepo caught out in the Ice Path. Still lots of damage onto the tower though, and Ifrit very quickly takes care of it. Miscoil stolen by Rubik. There's a crush out onto the Oracle, very easily taken down. FNA into the fight. Yule Scepter keeping the Abaddon up in the air. He's got the Bardo time available. He will get a pop there. They wanted a little bit more. The Bardo ready with the blink. He's got the crush available. With blink forward by Liposa. FNA in with a lot of damage. Bardo keeping that blink dagger available. Same with the Force Staff because they don't need it to kill the Abaddon there. And it's time for Midas Club once again to move down the mid lane. Because after those couple of kills, they are ready for some more aggression here, ready to focus down the range tracks and maybe also take down top if they can find a few hero kills. In fact, that's where the B line is going to be for here from Midas Club. They're pushing out top, making sure that the creep wave gets there eventually. Bardo's ready with the double damage rune. And Midas Club want a little bit more here. They want to go for the base. Backdoor protection not on because the mid lane creeps are getting in there. FNA going ham. Ifrit, he will do a lot of damage, and they're actually going to throw out the Eclipse on Luna. Can they get FNA down? FNA staying alive for now. Oh, the Lotus Orb giving damage back to Luna. Luna does manage to find a kill on the Theo. Can they go any further here? Ice Path thrown out. Liposa should be the next one to die. Yule Scepter keeping you alive. Though, and Bardo's back into it. He's still going in here. And Liposa helps out a little bit with the slow. In fact, he is going to save the Jakiro, which may be a core Jakiro worth a Slardar kill. But at least Wheel are still defending their base. They kept their tier 3 tower through all of that. And they kept Ifrit alive, even though it's still requiring a lot of resources on their part to stay in these fights. Net worth, it's just plummeting back towards Wheel. Very close in that respect. XP is still on the side of Wheel after that though. And there's actually only one tier 2 tower to take down here. So with the Meepo going in, I'm not sure if Midas Club are going to be willing to defend this. 2017 going in here with the A5 shield. Macropyre will keep. Look at that long range Macropyre from Jakiro. Such a long one. Making sure the creep wave dies, making it so difficult for Wheel to push us in. Next Roshan is up in, well, I don't know, at least a minute and 30 seconds. Gotti soon from Luna. She has a butterfly up right now. Bardo wants a little bit more. He doesn't have vision. He's gonna blink to the high ground, but all of Wheel are waiting for him. The Laser are forced to pop out. The rage will get him away for a little bit. Ice Path keeping the Meepos out. Do they get a little bit more? Earthbind, cool! It's gonna hold him in place right next to the shrine. He's healing up, but the Ifrit Meepo does way too much. Lifestealer does not have buyback anymore. They're looking for some more kills. Theo's been caught out in the trees, and they're not going to find him right now. He's got a TP and a blink. He's gonna be out of here for now. Meanwhile, Jakiro still wants to push this in. He'll blink over to the side. This creep wave, it's dying to the fire. Only a lone Kari the catapult will be able to push this one in. There is a creep wave pushing in there, but Meepo, he is completely fine with being able to take this out. I really should stay a little bit more on the talents so that you guys can see what they are. Because even, I mean, as soon as I saw these things, I was like, I have no idea how I'm supposed to memorize all this. Tier 4 tower, no creeps needed. Luna going ham, Ifrit getting in there as well. They'll take down the tier 2 and immediately start to work on the shrine. Roshan will be up in 2 minutes 30 seconds. That's a very long respawn. Nearly the entire duration. FNA, he'll TP over to the other shrine. Maybe his team would be able to defend it here. Let's see. What's our Meepo up to? He's got a sight device, and finally the E-Blade that can definitely be used to keep one of the Meepos alive. As long as they're not getting all caught out by the Crush or the Ice Path, he should be able to stay alive a little bit longer here, especially if the False Promise is going to be used on him. We've seen some really good False Promises this match by Oracle. Trying to keep top lane pushed out with a couple of illusions. It should be Wheel going for another shrine pretty soon. It's not going to be their own. Gonna have to be the one on the other side of the map. Bardo looking for an infest bomb. Wheel are smoked up right now. Maybe waiting for the go onto Luna at bottom, who seems to be pushing us in by herself. 2017, he gets up here. He's still smoked up as Bardo wants to try to defend the shrine, but there is still a push going in top with Posty. He's ready to take down the tier 3, and that might just be able to do it. Macropire dropped down as well. Meepo, he's going to get all stuck in the ice path. Sue's a little bit caught out here, and as soon as 2017 gets in, he'll get caught by the ice path as well. They'll keep their tower up for now, and won't find anything at top. Very interesting couple of circumstances here. The tower nearly dead. The gem on the Oracle, they are getting a couple of nice D wards here, limiting the vision of Midas Club a little bit here. Midas Club still have that nice observer ward near the Roshan pit as 2017 and Luna go in, but it's still not due for another 20 seconds. Pretty close match here, as I did between Wheel and Midas Club, and it's not a bad match either. Luna's still getting a lot of farm, and just the fact that Wheel, they're going to scale a little bit better than Midas Club makes things a little bit more difficult for our Radiant side right now. Roshan is up, Meepo getting into the pit, but the Radiant side can very easily get over there, so he needs more of his team to be there. Also more Meepos. Maya's trying to keep the mid lane pushed out. Maybe we have a smoke in from Wheel. In fact, that's what they're going to go for. They're going to go for the high ground. 2017, get it popped by Dio. We're just going forward, but perhaps that's just enough to do the Roshan very quickly. If it's gone into the pit, Maya's Club can't really make a reaction here. They've been forced too far away. Even though the mid lane's been pushed out, they just decide to back up a little bit too much. Bardo ready on the mid lane, but the only thing that he could possibly find is a support, and that doesn't really seem to be what he wants right now. So Bardo gets back over to bottom, starts to push it out a little bit more, and he really cannot afford to get caught out again. That push onto the dire high ground was definitely not what he wanted. Lots of Macropire down in the top lane, but Ifrit, he'll get all those poofs away back to his homie at bottom. And they will all heal up by the shrine, getting all warmed by the fiery glow of that. Who's waiting in the jungle right now. We've seen a lot of that from the team, and Susie's actually going to go for the Shiva's Guard, taking out most of the creep wave and immediately TP away. Doesn't want to hang out near the lane all that much, especially when a rabid Luna is walking around. Bardo waiting in the trees at top, seeing if anyone tries to defend this, but Wheel, they are somehow just defying the expectations all the time of Midas Club, going in places where they don't really think that they should. Luna finds the shrine while also farming the ancient camp, because that's just what Luna does. They send Abaddon back to clear out top, which is not to the liking of FNA and Bardo. They'll get the infest into him again, looking for the infest bomb, maybe even onto an Abaddon if they have enough control for it. I steer his items, he's not got an Abyssal Blade or anything, it's just going to be Echo Saber, Armlet, Desolator, and AC. Do they actually decide to go onto Abaddon? That would probably mean that Midas Club are getting a little bit impatient right now, that they're not able to find pickoffs with this combo. Bardo a little bit further forward, he doesn't have any vision here. Perhaps they just decide to take the tier 3 tower down, but the Lifestealer gets out, and they actually TP away. Maybe Bardo still wants to take that tower down. I feel like he has to. I feel like that has to be his positioning here. He's got a Blink Dagger. Oh, he's going for it. One hit. No! The backdoor. Oh my gosh. That support Slaughter though, man. Just not enough damage to work through backdoor protection. He got really sad. Just the expression on his face was just the look of absolute sadness there. Meepo's hanging out at bottom. Doesn't want to get caught out when Suze uses the Shiva's Guard and inevitably sees him. Corrosive Haze out on the 2017. He wants to keep the mid lane pushed out just because of all those super creeps that are making him feel pretty bad. Luna will push in the top lane. Ice Path will keep her there. Luposa, he will blink back. Doesn't want to be in there too much. Now Luna gets stunned up on the high ground, but she's going to be pretty tanky right now, especially with the Revert. She'll actually be forced back right now. Derp's been kept there. They don't really try to defend him at all. Lotus Orb will make things a little bit more difficult for Midas Club. Derp's been really caught out. Meanwhile, Ifrit going ham on the bottom lane. He's got FNA and Zeus. They were trying to go for the tier 2 tower. Eclipse coming in, but it's still mostly onto the creep lane. Midas Club, they can easily steal that. Theo doesn't have the spell steal up right now. And Luna gets away. Jakiro's way too far forward. This is not the place for core-ish Jakiro. Luna going ham. She's got a lot of damage. That Aegis is going to get popped on Meepo. He's in the fight, but he's going to be in it for a little bit longer. FNA, he will be cut off, and he doesn't have buyback right now. There's a Hex out on Jakiro. He'll be cut off as well. Laposa, the rest of Midas Club, they are taking so much damage. Suze is doing some good work on the back end, but Ifrit will be able to chase him down. The Earthbind is there. Lots of damage from the Geomancer's shovel. And Suze is going to try to get away. The Earthbind's not quite hitting. The E-Blade does, and they cannot find that Razor, who was just a little bit too fast. And they're going to turn him into a pig. Another Earthbind thrown out, but these nets are going all over the place, not hitting onto anything. Maybe the Jakiro can keep the Meepo out. He's going to step forward here, but he's got to be very careful of the Luna's Moonblaves. Plasma Field continuing to do some nice AoE damage for Suze. They're taking a lot of damage away from Luna. Oh no, Meepo's standing in the Macropyre. That's not good for him at all. He doesn't have an Aegis and he will die there. Does have buyback. Does he decide to use it? They've got the courier just sitting in there in the base. And they haven't noticed it. Come on, Suze, you can take that courier down. Come on. Oh, Jakira's gonna get it now. Poor courier. I don't know what the point of that was. Now Luna will be caught out a little bit, gets some damage thrown away. She might decide to go back in, especially with the Atos hitting her there. 2017 helping her away. Do they try to turn this at all? Lots of heroes for Midas are coming in, and it's very wise for Wheel to not want to fight here. Layla will find Luposa a little bit, who does have the Atos up right now, looking for the Ice Path. Atos can hit on to the Oracle, knocking him out. Bardo's there. We do have a disconnect from Razor, which pauses the game. So we'll have a little bit of time to think about the fate of the Oracle, who will be crushed here in just a second. They should very much know that the Oracle is Glimmer Caped right now. They had plenty of vision of it. And it's going to end right now, so I think we can pretty much surely say that the Oracle is dead, but what a fight, honestly, from both teams. Wheel staying a little bit too long, Meepo's sitting in a Macropyre because fire is cool. Just kidding, fire hurts and it burns. Net worth is 20,000 on the side of Wheel. XP is just going back the way of Midas Club, but it's mostly because the Meepo's already at level 25 and has been for a while. Hopefully these players can get back into the match. Hope that isn't too bad of an issue for the Razor, but man, what a match, honestly. And it's been so close the whole time. Not really sure why the Meepo wanted to stand in the Macropyre for that long, but he will get some more survivability with the heart. He's not going for the big stats build up with Dragonlance and E-Blade. I almost forgot that the Oracle was about to die over here. Getting his pain prolonged here because the Razor's been disconnected for a while. Like, please don't kill me. I wonder if he tries to make a deal. Like, if he makes a deal with the enemy team, like, I'll drop my items if you don't kill me or something like that. That's like a pub strat or something. Ogre has a Shiva's Guard, at least, picking that up from the secret shop. And Luna will get a Satanic soon. Well, hopefully the Razor gets back. It's still... I think it's still very difficult for Midas Club to win. If we look at the buybacks, Dire have most of them up. Only the Rubik has his on the Radiant side. The Slaughter needs a little bit more gold in order to get his buyback. But still, like, we'll have a lot to defend here. They'd have to mess up pretty badly, I think, to really lose here. They've just been outscaling Midas Club a little bit too much. When you go for a Razor and a Jakiro, I think the game gets a lot more difficult when you get to this late in the match. Would be really nice if we could get him back in sometime. So what else can we talk about? We could talk about our next match tonight a little bit. So this is a best of 3. We're only on game 1 right now. So we've got quite a bit of time before our next series, which happens at 7 p.m. Eastern. But that is going to be Team Freedom versus Team Red, and I would fully expect Team Freedom to win that one pretty heavily. Team Red haven't really done all that well in the event. They did make it into the playoffs, but I wouldn't really count that for all that much. Team Red were a close qualifier team, and they did win that pretty easily, but when it came to the big show, they haven't really had the same amount of success, and Team Freedom are one of the most experienced teams, or most successful teams, I guess, in the event. And the way that they performed in the last PD Cup, I kind of would have predicted that they win this even before the thing started. Especially teams like ST Esports and Infamous not being in it. I think it made things a lot easier for them. They just have to play their own matches. And I think when they're on their game, they are really not beatable for a lot of the teams in this one. So I would definitely pick Team Freedom in the next best of 3 series. And that starts to get us into the next rounds of the KOD League. We do have a lower bracket here. I guess I could show the bracket on screen since we have quite a bit of downtime here. So if you look at the bracket, we see Team Fire down there to play the loser of, I believe, this match. And then FTL will be playing the loser between Team Freedom and Team Red. Whereas these matches move on. And yeah, so we have a lot of matches here, but this should be ending up on the... It says the 23rd. Yeah, so it should be ending on the 23rd. We have a bit of a break. Over a couple of days, we have the last couple of matches on Thursday, and then we'll be back for more matches on Monday. I'm not sure why we have the break at all, but we do. So that's the bracket. Pretty nice graphic that we have there. I can't really put anything on it though. I mean, I guess I could put some scroll text in there. What is this? I don't need this. It seems a little bit large. It takes up a little bit of space. I don't really want it there. So, yeah, that's our bracket. We'll go back into in-game. Actually, you know what? I think we've been on a break for a while. So why don't we just play a little bit of music? You won't be missing anything. And we'll get back into the match when the Razor reconnects. I have no idea what's taking so long. So we'll be right back, guys. Alright, so we decided to get going here even though the Razor had not reconnected, so maybe he's being microed a little bit right now, but they do manage to kill off the Oracle there, and Midas Club, they do have a bit of an opportunity right now. Razor still has yet to get back into the match, but we kind of ran out of pause time there, so he is reconnected now. And I don't really think that we lost too much, like restarting that soon. So whatever, he manages to stay connected now. So we have the buyback status up. We have it on Meepo and Luna, which are probably the most important ones to have. At bottom, we've got a lot of grouping up from Wheel. We're gonna move up fast with the Luna. Oposa manages to TP away before the girl on the cat gets in here. She's got a bloodlusted catapult with her as well. That siege creep is out for blood. That is quite scary. Me and Midas are able to get Ifrit here. When Ifrit's out by himself, it's definitely not the safest place, but there's a smoke in from behind by Wheel. They might be baiting a little bit with it. Midas Club, they're moving up though, away from the Wheel smoke. And Baro's gonna get found by Ifrit. He'll get turned into a pig. There's the Earthbind keeping him there. The Lifesteal will also pop out, surprise, but they're gonna get a lot more than they bargained for. They'll get the double on Ifrit. Maybe also looking for a little bit more. Suze manages to get away. That could be a push coming in. The range creeps are going ham, or the creeps are going ham on the range racks. 2017 there to stop the push, and the rest of Wheel, they are going to push this in. Top lane is already very close to the base, so the vector protection should not be there unless Razor can take care of the wave. He doesn't want to be too far up here, and if Ifrit gets into this one, he's got to be careful now. Trying to make sure that that creep wave continues to push in. Trying to see if they can get a mid lane tower. Maybe something else. Bottom lane will get pushed in. Meepo's also got that wave pushed up. This is a very easy way to keep lanes pushed. Buyback on the starter. Meanwhile, we have Ifrit finding another kill onto the post, getting the tower as well. This Meepo's all over the place. Bardo gets a crush out onto 5, but these Meepos are super tanky. Lots of damage being stolen by Zeus, but a lot of the Meepos still have their full complement of damage. Ifrit taking down the range tracks in bottom, looking for the tower at mid. They're going to be able to find it, and can Midas get even close to this with all the glaze bouncing around? The answer seems to be no. That will be the mega creeps for the Dire, and Wheel will try to go for the victory here. We'll have another pause for the Slardar, but the GG will just be called by Midas Club. There's no way that they can get back into this one, so that will be it. Wheel taking game number 1 of this best of 3 set. So that was definitely an entertaining match. A lot of consternation at the end with a lot of the pausing, but we do manage to finally get to a Wheel victory.